Terrifying encounters with unknown creatures have been caught on camera, leaving everyone stunned. From eerie figures lurking in the dark to shocking attacks. These chilling moments defy explanation. What happened next will leave you questioning what truly exists in the shadows.
What the fuck?
Family gatherings are all about joy and laughter. But what if something else was watching? At a birthday party in Uruguay, a family recorded a video to capture the moment. But when they played it back, they saw a face staring through a window that led to the backyard, sealed off for years. No one could have been there. After that night, everything felt different. A heavy presence filled the house. It was as if something had followed them home. And from that moment on, it wasn't just the house that was haunted, it was them. Highway Stalker. A group of friends was heading home late at night, casually recording their trip. Everything seemed normal, just an empty road stretching ahead. But when the camera shifted to the side, something terrifying appeared. A humanoid figure running alongside the highway. At first, it seemed distant, but within seconds, it sprinted toward their car at an unnatural speed. Its jerky, inhuman movements made it clear this was no ordinary person. It had one goal: to reach them. To this day, no one knows what it was, or why it chased them that night. Abandoned Secret. There are plenty of abandoned houses in the forest, but have you ever wondered why people really left them? One guy decided to find out. Stepping inside, everything felt eerily still until he heard it. A sound near the window frame. He turned to look, heart pounding, and then it revealed itself. A humanoid figure with sharp, pointed nails and pale skin. That was all he needed to see. Without thinking twice, he bolted out, leaving the house just like those before him.
Hello?
Unfinished sight. He was reminded of his job in a shocking way. A laborer was busy digging when something unexpected happened. A shadowy figure silently stepped out from the darkness, gliding to the other side. Then, without warning, the stacked corrugated sheets crashed to the ground. Startled, he turned, and there it was. A pale figure in white, staring straight at him. It almost felt like it had knocked over the sheets on purpose, like a warning. The building had been under construction for decades, but no project ever lasted long. Workers always left without explanation. Maybe now he understood why. Walking nightmare. Most of the time, when a kid tells a wild story, people dismiss it as imagination, but this time, there was proof. A child was walking along a forest trail, minding his own business, when he noticed something eerie, a shadowy figure lurking nearby. Panic set in, and he lost his balance, but he was smart enough to get out of there fast. Whatever he saw wasn't normal, and thanks to a security camera nearby, no one can claim he made it up. Silent follower. A man was walking home, following his usual routine, completely unaware he wasn't alone. Nothing felt out of place. No footsteps, no strange noises. But when the CCTV footage was reviewed, it showed something disturbing. A shadowy figure had been following him. It never got too close, never tried to make contact. It just trailed behind, moving with purpose. What was it looking for? And more importantly, has it followed others too? Blow your candles. The birthday celebration was in full swing. Laughter, music, the glow of candles filling the room. But when the family replayed the footage, their joy turned to fear. A pale figure with long, flowing hair stood behind the birthday girl. No one had seen it at the time. No one knew where it had come from. Some might call it a trick of the light, but ancient beliefs suggest otherwise. In pagan traditions, birthdays were moments of heightened vulnerability, a time when spirits could draw closer. That's why candles were lit, to keep them away. But in this case, one still found its way in. Silent Watcher.
It's that we know what happened here, and we know the story behind it.
Some places hold on to their past, no matter how dark. A couple moved into an old house, fully aware of its unsettling history, but they never expected to experience it themselves. While taking a simple photo, they noticed it. A shadowy figure reflected in the mirror, not inside the house, but standing outside the window. It had been there the entire time. Their camera captured what their eyes had missed. But the real question was this its first time watching them, or had it been there all along?
And overall, I think it's just pretty creepy.
Hooded figures.
What's happening up there? There is nobody throughout this graveyard.
In 2023, a traveler visited a historical graveyard in Peru, hoping to explore its eerie past, but he never expected to witness this. From a safe distance, he saw a group of hooded figures gathered among the graves, performing what looked like a ritual. At first, they seemed human, but as they moved, their forms looked distorted, shifting like shadows rather than flesh. Hooded figures in cemeteries have long been linked to secret societies, occult practices, and the supernatural. But if they weren't human, what exactly was he watching that night?
They're leaving.
Real possession caught. In 2016, a terrifying moment was caught on camera, one that left viewers questioning reality. A man was casually walking through a park, talking on his phone. But then, a shadowy figure appeared directly in his path. Instead of stepping aside, it vanished into him. And that's when everything changed. His body twitched, his steps grew unsteady. It was as if something had taken over. If spirits can do this so effortlessly, how many times has it happened without anyone realizing? Watch the video. They saw it afterwards. A group of friends was recording a fun video, laughing and messing around, until they played it back. For just a second, something unsettling flashed on the screen. Behind them, peeking out, was a figure, impossibly tall, towering over the shelves. No one had been there when they filmed, but something had been watching. Whether it was a trick of the light or something not meant to be seen, one thing was clear. Whatever it was, it had been standing right behind them the entire time. Vanishing Man. A couple had been hearing strange sounds all night, but nothing prepared them for what came next. Just as they drifted to sleep, a woman's scream tore through the silence. They ran to another room, only to find the bed empty, and something crouched on the windowsill, its glowing eyes locked onto them before it leaped into the night. Rushing to the window, they found nothing, no figure, no sign of the missing man. This wasn't a ghostly presence. Some believe it was something far worse, a skinwalker. Phantom Runner. During a soccer match in Brazil, fans were cheering, caught up in the game, until something strange happened. A dark figure sprinted through the stands, weaving between rows of people at unnatural speed. But no one reacted, no heads turned, no one moved aside. It was as if they couldn't see it at all. And yet, the figure kept running, straight through the packed stadium. The footage has everyone wondering, if that wasn't a person, then what was it? Let me know in the comments below. Floating girl. Two girls were home alone when one of them noticed something in the doorway. A young girl, dressed in old-fashioned clothes, silently watching. But something was wrong. She wasn't standing. She was floating. The girls bolted outside, their hearts pounding. But as they turned back, they saw her again, walking past a window upstairs. Then, in an instant, she was downstairs. Some believe she was a spirit, trapped in the house. Others fear something else. Something that wasn't just watching, but mimicking, waiting for the right moment. Crawling horror. Some things should never be seen up close. In April 2021, a chilling piece of footage surfaced, leaving many unsettled. A creature with long, dark hair was seen crawling onto a dirt road. At first, it almost looked human, until another angle revealed its disturbing form. Its back twisted unnaturally, its movements jerky and unnatural, and then its eyes glowed red. Whatever it wasn't from this world. Some say it was a demon, others a lost spirit, caught between realms. But one thing is certain, some things should only be seen from a distance. Church Watcher. St. Andrew's Church was supposed to be just another old, abandoned building, but for two friends camping near the eerie structure in Coney, England, it became something else entirely. Built in 1769 and abandoned for nearly 50 years, the place had a presence that couldn't be ignored. As they explored, a loud bang echoed inside. They stepped in, completely unaware that something was already watching them. A shadowy figure lurked behind a doorway, unnoticed in the moment, but clear as day when they reviewed their footage later. They thought they were alone, but something in those ruins never left. Get out the way! A man was casually walking past an apartment complex when something shoved him hard. He stumbled, confused, looking around, but no one was there. The surveillance footage, however, told a different story. A dark, shifting shadow had appeared right before he was pushed. It moved unnaturally, as if alive. When the clip hit the internet, the theories poured in. Some claimed the apartment had a history of paranormal activity. Others believed it was a warning, because spirits don't like uninvited guests. Vanishing figure. This guy's situational awareness just saved his life. A newly appointed forest officer was on routine patrol when a strange sound broke the silence. He turned his flashlight toward the noise, and for just a split second, he saw it. A figure, small, quick, and impossible to identify. His mind raced to make sense of it, but before he could react, it was gone. He stood there, frozen, knowing he wouldn't get a second look. Some things are better left unknown, so he did the only thing that made sense. He left right away. Unseen guest.
Been empty for years.
When an abandoned resort finally reopened, the new tenants weren't expecting company. But as they relaxed on the green, they spotted a face peering at them from a locked room. The problem? That room hadn't been touched in years. They rushed upstairs with the manager, but inside, nothing. No one. Not even a sign that someone had been there. Security confirmed no unknown visitors. So, who or what had been watching them? Sometimes places left untouched for years aren't as empty as they seem. Forest Nightmare. A cameraman was wandering through the forest at night, his weak flashlight struggling against the darkness. As he turned, the beam caught something standing between the trees. A woman in a white dress, her long dark hair covering most of her face. But something about her wasn't right. Suddenly, she spit out a dark red liquid and snapped her head toward him. The next second she moved, too fast to be human. The footage cuts off before the cameraman's fate is known, but with the way she moved, escaping didn't seem possible. Vacation gone wrong. A simple vacation photo turned into something chilling. A couple posed in an open field, capturing a quiet moment together, but their camera caught something they didn't see. A small figure was hidden in the grass. It was child-sized, yet the grass wasn't tall enough to conceal anyone. And then, in the footage, it moved, heading toward them, then suddenly changing direction. They never saw it in real time. Only later, while reviewing the picture, did they realize they weren't alone. The Watching Nun. For years, stories spread about strange beings in the forest. Just rumors, most believed. But one curious youngster wanted to know the truth. As he walked through the dense woods, an unsettling feeling crept over him. He wasn't alone. Then he saw it. A face slowly peeking from behind a tree. It wasn't human. It wasn't an animal. It resembled a nun. But something was off. Its hollow, dark eyes were fixated on something. Was it watching him? home or the deer nearby. Some say spirits are known to stalk humans. Maybe that's exactly what was happening. Jaywalking ghost. Security cameras don't lie, and what they captured outside a grocery store in Pangasinan, Philippines, left everyone stunned. On June 20th, 2018, a shadowy figure stepped into oncoming traffic, but the cars didn't react. They didn't swerve. They didn't slow down, because they didn't see it. Yet, the cameras did. It moved across the road, untouched, then vanished into thin air. Security guards reviewing the footage were baffled. Maybe it was trying to reach the delivery boy on the other side before changing its decision. Glowing stalker. An old, grainy video has resurfaced online, leaving viewers unsettled. Unlike modern clips, this one came from an era where video editing was nearly impossible. That's what made it so disturbing. The footage showed a man walking, but he wasn't alone. A dark, furred figure lurked in the shadows, its glowing eyes locked onto him. The details were unclear, except for its pointed ears and that eerie stare. Some swore it was a werewolf, yet some were more convinced that it was a dog man. But if that was true, then what happened to the man in the video? Comment below. Living on fear. This creature consumed the cameraman's soul. A guy was vlogging his visit to a remote village, capturing the peaceful scenery around him. But when he panned the camera, something was off. A tree in the distance didn't look quite right. Then, it moved. A humanoid figure covered in leaves slowly emerged from behind it. It wasn't blending in, it was hiding. And the moment it realized it had been seen, it started moving toward him. Panic set in as he ran. But was that the right choice? Some believe these beings feed off fear, sensing it like an open invitation. The more you panic, the stronger they become. Lost soul caught. Many believe children can see what adults cannot. A family was recording their kids playing in the woods when suddenly their laughter turned to fear. They ran straight to their parents, eyes wide with panic. Confused, the parents reviewed the footage, and there it was. A figure resembling an old woman hidden among the trees. It had been following the children until they ran to safety. Some say it could have been a lost soul or something much older, watching from the shadows. Do not stare. You won't be as lucky as this person. An urban explorer wandered into a deserted house in the countryside, filming as he moved. Then he stopped. Across the room, two glowing red eyes stared back at him. A strange figure stood in the shadows, unmoving. For a few seconds, neither of them moved. Then, without warning, the creature melted into the darkness. The explorer gripped his flashlight, his camera still rolling. He didn't let his fear show. But if you ever find yourself in a place like this, you might not be so lucky. Window watcher. In 2020, a guy in New Zealand spotted something staring at him from his kitchen window, but when he stepped closer, it wasn't human. It had the face of a wolf pressed too close to the glass. But something was horribly wrong. Its posture, its shape, unsettlingly human-like. The footage spread like wildfire, and debates exploded online. Was this an actual werewolf sighting? Because one thing was certain, those glowing eyes, they weren't from anything normal. Invisible prankster. Always look where you're about to sit. We've all seen pranks where someone pulls a chair away, but this CCTV footage captured something way worse. A man went to sit down, only for the chair to move on its own. He crashed to the floor, completely blindsided. Some brushed it off as bad luck, maybe a misplaced step. But others, they believe something unseen had a hand in it. A playful spirit, a mischievous entity. Either way, the video left people questioning reality. Next time you take a seat, you might want to double check. Forbidden Field. This guy's poor eyesight saved him from a monster. A young guy wanted to uncover the mystery behind a deserted field. Why did no one dare go there? So, with a flashlight in hand, he ventured in. The night was quiet, except for the rustling wind. At one point, he thought he saw movement near a tree, but ignored it. It wasn't until later, reviewing the footage, that the truth hit him. A humanoid figure had been there the whole time, blending perfectly into the darkness, but its glowing eyes were unmistakable. He was lucky. If he had stayed just a second longer, who knows what would have happened? Pale Stalker. A Vietnamese vlogger was out filming his camping trip, walking through the forest, when he noticed something pale standing in the distance. The locals had told stories about the area, but he never believed them until now. Then it moved. Fast. Instinct took over, and he ran. But no matter how far he went, every time he glanced back, it was still there, keeping pace. He never stopped to see what it was. And maybe that's what saved him, because whatever was out there, it wasn't going to let him go so easily. Mall Phantom. A security guard working the night shift at San Pedro Mall in Costa Rica captured something chilling on camera. A shadowy figure moved toward a man in the parking lot, but just as the guy turned, sensing something near him, it vanished into thin air. When the footage spread, former employees started sharing their own eerie encounters. The mall had been rumored to be haunted for years, ever since something tragic happened on the 4th floor. Locals say if you ever feel something behind you in that place, it's best not to turn around. Shadow Pursuer. A guy was riding home when he noticed something strange. A tall, shadowy figure heading straight for him. As it got closer, panic took over, and he jerked his bike, trying to shake off whatever it was. But strangely, at that moment, the figure didn't appear on camera. He wasn't taking any risks. He ditched his bike and ran. Just as he fled, the shadowy being reappeared, moving in the opposite direction. Many believe he was lucky, because once something like that sets its sights on you, escape isn't always an option. Shadowed Nightmare. A woman had been experiencing strange encounters for a while, but one night, things took a terrifying turn. As she lay in bed, she suddenly couldn't move or even breathe. She tried to call out, but her tongue felt numb, like something was holding her down. It was like sleep paralysis, but much worse. When she finally broke free and stumbled out of bed, something else happened. A dark figure, dressed in black, slowly rose and turned toward her. Its entire form was covered in shadows, except for its face. Maybe that eerie presence was the reason she had been frozen in fear. Silent Attendee. During a Christmas Mass, a man was filming the celebration when he noticed something strange in the crowd. A pale figure with hollow eyes stood among the cheerful congregation. Its face looked empty, almost unnatural. He hadn't seen anyone like that while recording, so he asked around. No one else had noticed the figure, except for the church's old priest. That's when the truth came out. The woman used to work closely with the church, but she had passed away years ago. If that was really her, maybe she had come back for one last mass. Jail cell's secret. A group of friends decided to spend the night at an old county jail, abandoned for years. Just for fun, they filmed a parody of Ghost Hunters, joking around without expecting anything real. But later, while editing, they saw something in the footage. A face staring at them from inside a locked holding cell. The room had been used for storage, and only 3 people were there that night. Yet none of them matched the face in the video. It looked like a man, mouth frozen open as if screaming. As one of them walked past the window, the figure just faded away. Shape in the dark. New tenants kept hearing strange noises at night, so they set up cameras to catch the culprit. But what they captured was more chilling than they expected. Behind the baby gate, a pale, misty shape slowly appeared. It shifted, changed form, then vanished without a trace. It had the outline of a person, but nothing about it seemed human. Some say it was just a trick of light, but in a house nearly a century old, that explanation doesn't seem convincing. Others have reported strange shadows here before. Some have even spotted a man in blue and a little girl. Maybe now they've seen one too. Unseen tenant. A man in a small Tokyo apartment had grown used to strange occurrences, but one night, something shattered the silence. A loud crash from the kitchen. His dishes lay broken on the floor. Maybe it was the aftershocks from a recent earthquake. But then he remembered. This wasn't the first time. Doors had opened on their own. Objects had shifted without reason, and shadows had appeared where no one stood. Some believe it could be the spirit of a woman, one who never left. Maybe she once lived in that apartment and never realized she was gone. Strange noises in the night are easy to dismiss, but sometimes they aren't just the wind. Do not listen. Some legends warn that certain songs can summon spirits, and one man might have proved it. He was heading home, recording himself singing, when something changed. As he crossed a puddle, a figure appeared just behind him. It was tall, bipedal, and moved unnaturally. It didn't stop. It kept following him. He only saw it through his camera, never making direct eye contact. Some say that's the only reason he escaped, because if you lock eyes with them, you might not return. The waiting woman. Shortcuts seem like a good idea until you realize why they're always so empty. One night, a man took a deserted road and saw a woman in white holding a stick. She walked strangely, as if her foot was hurt. Something about her felt wrong. He didn't wait to find out why. He left as fast as he could. Later, he heard the story. Years ago, a woman had an accident on that very road. She called for help, but no one stopped. She never made it out, and now, some say she's still waiting. Forest stalker. Social media influencers will do anything for views, and this guy was no exception. He ventured deep into a forest infamous for strange sightings, hoping to capture something eerie on camera. To up the stakes, he went at night. But honestly, he thought it was all just rumors. Then he saw it, a humanoid figure lurking in the darkness. The moment he reacted, it charged at him. Whether it was a skinwalker or something worse, he didn't stick around to find out. He left the forest that night and swore never to return. Mirror's secret. Mirrors are supposed to reflect reality, but what if they show something we're not meant to see? In July 2021, a woman casually called some musicians when something in her mirror sent chills through the internet. Behind her, a dark shape sat on her bed. At first, it seemed like a pile of clothes, until people noticed the reflection didn't match. The object on the bed looked flat, but in the mirror, it stood upright. If mirrors only reflect what's there, then what exactly was she sharing her room with? Today's subscribers' pick of the day. Late at night, a man was out for a walk when his camera caught something terrifying. A woman jogged ahead, completely unaware of what crept behind her. A massive, spider-like creature with disturbingly long legs. It moved silently, keeping pace with her every step, almost as if it were waiting for the perfect moment. She had no clue. But the man saw everything. Its head looked eerily human, as if it wasn't just a spider, but something worse. If something like this followed you, would you even realize before it was too late? Comment down below your answers, and thank you for watching.